interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. Hey, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How did that make you feel?
What a crazy week, y'all. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sam P, and today I'm coming to you with something new. The weekly roundup, y'all. It's been too much things going on lately, and your girl decided to come to you to talk to you about it and give you my opinion. Let's get right into it now. First thing first, Ciara has been in the news lately. Ciara was recently seen at the Oscar dressed like this, and people are talking. People are talking about it because it was quite revealing. Look, Ciara pulled up a Rihanna type of outfit, you know what I mean? Like she said, listen, I'm looking good and I want you all to see it in its almost entirety. People have been talking, Twitter have been talking, and everybody is giving their opinion. Ciara was dressed quite revealing. We love Ciara, we all think she is our good sis. And because of that, we were quite shocked. It was like, oh wow, coming from Rihanna, okay, but Ciara dressing that way? Isn't Russell Wilson, her husband, supposed to be known for being like a Christian, a practicing Christian? Is he okay with this? A lot of things came into my mind when I first said it. Honestly, I'm going to give you all my honest opinion. I wouldn't personally dress that way. I am not Ciara though. I am a normal, regular lady. But even if I was an entertainer, I don't see myself showing that much skin. But at the same time, I do feel that she's not the only one doing this. Let's be real, we've seen a lot of people doing it. I mentioned Ciara before. I'm pretty sure there were other people that were just even more revealing than her and nobody said anything. So why are we such an uproar when our good sis Ciara is doing it? I think it's because we're just not used to it coming from her. It doesn't mean that the others doing it is a good thing. It's not because when the others are doing it, we don't think it's a lot. But I want to be honest. If we see Rihanna doing it, is it a problem to us? Let's be honest. When I saw Rihanna wearing what she wore, I was like, yeah, girl, even though it was revealing. So Ciara responded. She, you know, her hair is to the street, because at the end of the day, I do feel that she's dressed that way for attention. Yes, for attention. And don't take it in a negative way, but she's an entertainer. She's maybe promoting something, and she probably knew that by her dressing that way, people would speak, because people do not hold her at the same level as they would hold somebody else. So she posted this here. And yeah, I mean, let's be honest, there is some selective outrage. I agree with her. When she does it, it's a problem, but if somebody else does it, it's not a problem. Really? Let's be honest, and let's not be hypocrite. We've seen a lot of people at the beaches being in the nude, and it's not a problem. That was my opinion on it, and this is what I think. Let me all know in the comment what you think about it. Talking about selective outrage, Chris Rock recently came out with his latest stand-up show for Netflix, and he has been saying a lot of things, especially things about Mr. Will Smith and the infamous slap and his wife Chada, such as things that he said here.
Have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television? Hey, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How did that make you feel?
I mean, I'm going to give you my opinion. I watched the show. I laughed at the show. I laughed a lot. It was quite funny to me. I'm not going to lie. In preparation for coming to talk to you all about it, I decided to go back and watch the show again. Why did I do that? Because when I first watched the show, I was under the impression that Chris insulted Jada of being a B word. So I wanted to make sure that he really did that or not, because he said the B word so many times that I couldn't keep track. And a part of me was like, have you been insulting Ciara Smith? You know, that wouldn't be a good thing. I wanted to make sure to go back and see if he insulted her. And after review, he did not insult Jada Pinkett Smith of being the B word, but it did insulted Will Smith of being a B several times. And what I can say is that it was his revenge, y'all. It was his revenge. Do I think it's okay? As the good Christian that I am, and it's easy to judge on people, I will say, no, it was not okay. The best thing to do, the smart things to do, have probably been to like let go. But Chris Rock probably wanted revenge. And as he said himself, he cannot beat up Will Smith, at least with his hands. So he decided to use those words to beat him up.
You wanted smoke. So, here.
He went in on him. It's not that I felt that this particular part was funny, but there were a lot of truth to it. At the end of the day, I don't think we would have known that Jada was doing things with August Alsina if it was not for her going into the Red Table Talk. I mean, let's be honest. We've heard rumor about the Smith, but nobody knew. We never had any confirmation. The entanglement situation came from Ciara Pinkett Smith herself with Will Smith himself, you know what I mean? And it took a lot of courage for them to do that, but the humiliation is big, especially for Will Smith. Chris Rock had rage, and he decided to channel his rage in what he knows how to do best, and he probably made a whole lot of money with that, because as far as I've heard, he's doing really good on Netflix with that specific show. People want to hear from him. The whole situation is just sad. At the end of the day, Will Smith should have never put his hand on him, and this was his revenge. People are saying that Will Smith did respond to it, and what Will Smith said here. And all I can say is that, I mean, it's hard to move on when you get slapped on national TV for everybody to see. It's quite humiliating. It not only hurts physically, but I'm pretty sure it hurts mentally. Do I think that Chris Rock did the best thing? No, but at the same time, I don't even want to judge. Not in Chris Rock's shoes, you know? So I think that what Will Smith is going to need to do is to move on this one. Let me know what you think in the comments, y'all. Next, the ladies of Xscape have been in the news a lot. So for those of you that have not been watching the show, I'm going to give you a quick recap so that you can understand what's going on. On the season premiere of SWV and Xscape, the Queens of R&B on Bravo TV, we learned that
it's always 2 against 1.
Yes.
I do wrong. You stole my money.
She's triggered.
Mama didn't say nothing. Ain't nobody steal your money. You went right, you stole
she's
my
too
money.
calm over
Mama
there.
didn't say nothing.
Tamika accused her sister Tasha of allegedly stealing money from her. This came as a shock. The way Tasha reacted to it and the action and the things that came out of it made most of the audience feel that there is some truth to what Tamika was saying. On the second episode, we see Tasha talking to her husband about it, and her husband decided to go ahead and kind of gave some threats to Tamika.
Sick being called out by Tamika. Because when you screen somebody now, you gotta deal with what come with it.
Wu came into her own YouTube channel. I'm going to put a link to her YouTube channel below so that you can see what she had to say about it, where she first confirmed that this was allegedly done, which is her money was stolen, and that Tasha and her husband kept the money because basically the checks were allegedly sent to Tasha and her husband's address, who in turn cashed the checks and never the word to Tamika. Tamika only knew because Tiny's mom told her about it. Fast forward, Tamika issued another YouTube in response to what Tasha's husband said, where he said that this is all a lie. This is all a lie. And I'm like, well, some checks were sent and some checks were not cashed by the right person. So we have Kandi Buruss, who on her YouTube channel, I'm going to drop the link to her video, said that effectively there were some checks that were sent to them by a company that they were registered. So it's been a hot mess. Tamika defended herself on YouTube, and said a lot of things about Tasha's husband of what he's capable of doing, which include pulling guns on people and being a bully, allegedly. And feel free to go to Tamika's channel to see everything that was said about it. And Kandi also used the opportunity in her YouTube channel to say what she thinks about some of the stuff that she's heard Tamika and her husband said about her. Kandi is clarifying that she is not the reason why Tasha's album never came out. Here.
Tasha blames me for everything that has gone wrong in her life. And how she be blaming me for stuff that I ain't even around for?
My opinion on this is that it is not all a lie. There is some truth to it. Tamika seems adamant. I've been watching and reviewing the first 2 episodes. I'm going to put the link below. And all I can tell you all is that this is a messy situation. Tasha was also been promoting her solo career using the show. She recently came up with a gospel song. And I'm like, girl, that makes you look so bad. Tasha recently actually went on a gospel YouTube channel where she basically said,
when the television comes on, you know, people act out. Everybody's kind of attacking me. Still trying to heal and trying to handle our situations.
It's whenever my sister decided to give me her number, or then she and I can sit down and talk.
Honestly, I feel he's doing some damage control, because the situation that Tasha is in, having this type of publicity on her is not a good look. People are accusing her of using the Xscape show to basically promote her own career, which she is doing, to be honest. She really is doing that. Do I think there's a problem with it? I don't think there's a problem with it, but what I think is sad is that on the show, she's acting like she doesn't really want to be around the ladies and tour with them, when really she is still using those ladies in the show they have together to promote her own career, while she is not willing to also work with them. And a part of me is like, why don't you want to do both, right? We have Kandi doing a bunch of stuff at the same time. We have Tiny being a mother of, like, I think she has 7 kids, being a wife and doing all the other stuff and having all the other business that she has. Why can't you work with Xscape and also have your solo career? And I don't think that Tasha was expecting that those, you know, accusations would come out, but it really makes her look bad. This is not publicity, good publicity for her, especially that she's doing gospel. What can she do? All she can do is really to do some damage control. Let me know what you think in the comment. I mean, the streets are hot and they're not looking good for Tasha. I'm just gonna be honest. Ooh, Robyn Dixon, you are in trouble, girl. At the reunion, when Andy Cohen asked her, so where is Juan? This is what she said here.
Will we seeing Juan later today?
No, he is working.
All I can say is that it seems like if you're going to be part of the Potomac ladies, Juan might be able to join this time because he might not have a job to be at. Juan, who is in the middle of a scandal, is a basketball coach at a university. A lot of scandal been happening there. Investigations are going on, and he's basically being accused of hiding important information after some of a young player have been telling them the abuse were happening. So the university decided to part ways with Juan. Robyn, we don't know yet if she's going to be back in Potomac, and then we have Juan losing his job. Things are about to get really hard in the Dixon family. They're saying that there's several reasons why Juan is getting fired, and there's several things going on, and all I can say is, ooh, it's about to be tough over there. And yeah, good luck to them on that. Let me all know if you have anything to say in the comments, y'all. We have Dr. Evan Lee, who has been talking. We recently learned that Phaedra Parks recently been dating a doctor, was announced to officially join the cast of Married to Medicine on Bravo TV. So a lot of shakeups are going on in Married to Medicine, and Dr. Evan Lee with a big mouth. I love you, Dr. Evan Lee, but you do have a big mouth. came in a YouTube channel and let us know what is all going on. And I'm going to give you a resume here. Miss Phaedra Parks is joining the cast. It's official. She's been filming with the other ladies, and all she has to say is that even though Phaedra Parks is a wordsmith, she's gonna handle her own too. Okay? She's also saying that Dr. Contessa has been fired. It's not about her not coming back. She has been fired, okay? Same for Anila, who has been fired. She's giving an opinion of what she thinks of all the ladies. She talked for like 2 hours, so I'm going to drop the link of the videos I'm referring here. And she's also saying that she hasn't really been hearing from Quad, but what she can say is that her ex-husband is back and he is engaged. And apparently, he has been in contact with the other ladies. And I'm like, child, all I can tell you is that I will be reviewing Married to Medicine, okay? The drama on Married to Medicine. All I gotta say is that they better bring it on. I don't know if Audra is going to be back, but it seems that they're making a lot of room for Phaedra to come. And I think there's a lot of hope in Phaedra, and I hope that she's not going to disappoint, because there's a lot of hypes on Married to Medicine. I think that Married to Medicine is expected to be back, I would say, fall 2023. And I will be so yeah, y'all, that was my first episode of my weekly roundup. Let me all know if there's any comment you want me to talk about, so that next week when I come with another weekly roundup, we can exchange a little bit more. I'm not going to cover all the news. I want to focus on reality TV news and, you know, bigger news that everybody is talking about. I'm not going to come in to talk to y'all about every news going on, because this would be a never-ending video. But for my first video, I really wanted to make it quick, to the point, short, and entertaining, of course. For those of you that are new here, welcome, and I invite you to, and for those of you that have been here with me, supporting me, thank you all so much, and I will see you all next week for another weekly roundup. Bye.